This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm going to claim my time.
be released.
I got your answer. You said there's no evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please stop the clock.
Please
Stop the clock.
I have a UC.
Ms. Crockett from Texas is recognized for UC.
Thank you so much. Donald Trump's approval rating implodes on his strongest issue. This is from Newsweek today. It says 40% of people
Thank you.
approve of
You don't
Trump's
need to
handling
read
of
the article to
immigration
us.
and border security, while 60% disapprove.
Without objection,
that is a
admitted.
net drop
Now I
to
recognize the gentleman
-20.
from California, Mr. Lieu.
Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, for being here today. I'm going to show you two photos.
Thank you.
I'm going to show you two photos of former Prince Andrew. Prince Andrew attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. Under the law Congress passed, you were allowed to redact photos to protect the victims of Epstein's sex trafficking operation. You redacted the photos of this victim's face because you were following the congressional law. Is that correct?
I'm sorry that we redacted the victim's
Because you were
face.
following the congressional law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. You have now established that please put the photos back up, that we are looking at a sex trafficking victim. Under the Federal Victims Trafficking Protection Act, not only is Jeffrey Epstein guilty, but anyone who patronizes Epstein's sex operation is also guilty of a crime. That's why I find it absolutely despicable that you sought to protect Epstein's clients, like former Prince Andrew. Last July, you closed the case on Epstein's abusers. The July 2025 memo from your Department of Justice stated, quote, "We did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties." These two photos, please put the photos back up. These two photos staring you in the face are evidence of a crime and more than enough evidence to predicate an investigation against former Prince Andrew. So I ask you, Attorney General Pam Bondi, why did you shut down this investigation last July, and why have you not prosecuted former Prince Andrew?
I don't believe you asked Merrick Garland these questions when he was Attorney General and set before
I agree with you.
You twice.
I'm reclaiming my time.
Never
I agree with
mentioned
you. I agree with you. During,
Were
the
you not
Biden,
here
during
then?
the Biden administration, I called for people looking at Epstein files. Merrick Garland dropped the ball, as did Attorney General Bill Barr, as did Alex Acosta, a whole string of failures. But you are in charge. You have the power to change things, to hold these men accountable, and you're doing the opposite. You're protecting them. So I want to move on to another man.
Can I answer
Donald
that,
Trump.
though?
I want to move on to another
Can I answer
question.
your question about protecting
You
Prince
answered the
Andrew?
question.
You're saying no. I love this.
I want to discuss another man, Donald Trump, who is all over the Epstein files, like former Prince. Here's a video. Like former Prince Andrew, Donald Trump attended various parties with Jeffrey Epstein. I want to know, were there any underage girls at that party or at any party that Trump attended with Jeffrey Epstein?
This is so ridiculous, and that they are trying to deflect from all the great things Donald Trump has done. There is no evidence that Donald Trump has committed a crime. Everyone knows that. This has been the most transparent presidency. He's the one that asked that those files
I'm going to claim my time.
be
I got your
released.
answer. You said there's no
President
evidence.
Trump asked
Mr. Chairman, please
that
stop
they
the clock.
sign
Stop the clock.
the legislation.
Time.
This is
Time.
this
I'd like
is
to take my
ridiculous.
Time belongs to the gentleman from California.
Okay. I'm going to put up another document from a witness who called the FBI's National Threat Operations Center, because I believe you just lied under oath there is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a
I
crime.
believe you just lied under oath, and this is on videotape. You said there's no evidence of a crime. I'm showing you, here is a witness statement who called into the FBI's Threat Operations Center. He drove Donald Trump around in a limo. He overheard what Donald Trump said to Jeffrey on his cell phone. He was so angry, he was gonna stop a limo and hurt Donald Trump. And he met a girl who said she was raped by Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein. She later had her head blown off, and officers at the scene said that could not have been suicide. No one at the Department of Justice interviewed this witness. You need to interview this witness immediately. Epstein should rot in hell, so should the men who patronized his operation. And as we sit here today, there are over 1,000 sex trafficking victims, and you have not held a single man accountable. Shame on you. If you had any decency, you would resign right after this hearing
The
concludes.
gentleman has expired.
May I respond?
Yeah, I don't know how you respond. No one can.
I did
Well,
not
can
ask a
respond,
question,
but
Mr.
he
Head.
doesn't
You're
want
allowed
to talk
to.
about
I did
the
not ask a
horrific crime
question.
in California. He does not want to talk about
I did not ask a
crime
question.
in his
She
state.
can't just
Madam Attorney
ad lib
General.
stuff. I did not ask a question.
Meeting will be in order. The gentleman has yielded back his time. I think our next witness will be.
Welcome back to Floor Report. Today we are breaking down one of the most intense congressional exchanges of the year. Representative Ted Lieu of California sat across from Attorney General Pam Bondi, and what unfolded was not political theater. It was a precise legal argument about accountability, evidence, and who is being protected. Let me give you the context first. This hearing was about the Epstein files. Specifically whether the Justice Department has done enough to hold accountable the people who participated in Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking operation. Over 1,000 victims have been identified. Epstein died in federal custody in 2019. But the people who used his operation have largely faced no legal consequences. That is the unresolved question hanging over every single one of these hearings. Lieu opens with a smart and deliberate legal move. He shows Bondi 2 photos of former Prince Andrew at Epstein events. He asks her to confirm that the redacted faces in the photos are victims, which she does. Then he uses her own confirmation against her. Under the Federal Trafficking Victims Protection Act, anyone who patronizes a sex trafficking operation is guilty of a federal crime. By confirming these are victims, Bondi has just legally established that the people in those photos with Epstein could be subject to criminal prosecution. Lieu then asks directly, why did you close the investigation on Epstein's clients last July? The July 2025 DOJ memo is important here. It stated the department found no evidence to predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. But Liu's argument is that the photos themselves constitute evidence. You cannot look at documented images of named individuals at Epstein events involving trafficking victims and simultaneously claim there is no evidence worth investigating. That is the legal contradiction Lieu is putting on the record. Bondi's response is to point out that Democrats did not ask these questions of Merrick Garland. Lieu immediately agrees, and says that was wrong too. Bill Barr dropped the ball. Alex Acosta dropped the ball. Merrick Garland dropped the ball. But his point is that she is the Attorney General right now. She has the power to act. And instead of acting, she closed the investigation. Then Lieu raises a witness statement that escalates the hearing significantly. He references a person who contacted the FBI's National Threat Operations Center with direct testimony about events they personally witnessed. He states this witness was never interviewed by the Department of Justice. That is a serious claim. In any criminal investigation, a witness who voluntarily contacts federal law enforcement with direct testimony is someone investigators are obligated to follow up with. If that follow-up never happened, it raises legitimate questions about the thoroughness of the investigation. When Bondi says there is no evidence of a crime involving other named individuals, Lieu tells her directly, "I believe you just lied under oath." He then immediately backs that statement with the witness document on camera. That is not a casual accusation. That is a congressman making a specific legal claim supported by documentary evidence in a recorded congressional hearing. Here is the bottom line. Over 1,000 sex trafficking victims. No clients prosecuted. An investigation closed in July 2025. A witness who contacted the FBI and was never interviewed. These are not partisan talking points, they are documented facts that Lieu put on the record today. Whether you agree with his conclusions or not, the questions he is asking deserve straight answers. And today those answers did not come. This is Floor Report. We watch Congress so you don't have to. Subscribe for weekly hearing breakdowns and follow us at Floor Report US on all platforms. See you in the next one.